When creating a custom home, I think it's a process early on of really having some critical dialogue to really create a guided direction from the beginning. Our job as designers, whether it's on the architecture side or the interior side, is to listen to the clients, see the options that they're considering, and then help to narrow that vision.
We want that excitement. We want that passion. Having a general sense of, I really like light in a space, I really like windows. It really goes a long way, because on the design side, we can really focus in and say, hey, these are our top 2 or 3 client priorities. This is what we want to focus on. Considering space on the site is probably the #1 effect on what your house becomes or where it sits on the site. Because if someone approaches us and they want a really large backyard, we're going to try to maximize that and push the house as far forward as we can. But if someone comes to us and they say, I really don't like landscaping, I don't want much yard space, obviously that's a completely different approach and a completely different design. So I think that's a huge thing to consider. From the beginning of the process, I would say one of the major decisions that clients have to make is deciding the programming of the home. How many bedrooms do I need? How many living spaces? Do I want a regular kitchen and a walk-in pantry with more of the appliances in there? How many rooftop decks do I want? How many balconies? Just figuring out all the spaces they want and or need in the home. Another big piece, understanding how they live, how they use the space really affect how we even lay out the form of the building, because it helps us focus. You know, if we want light in a specific space, if we want certain rooms to have southern exposure, certain rooms to have adjacencies to a porch or a pool. There's a strong push towards residential projects going net zero, which basically means, you know, we need a tighter envelope on the building. We have to use higher quality materials on windows. Considering things like solar, electric vehicles, maybe rainwater collection, those might have a large impact on the form of your building. It's good for clients to have a general knowledge of it. Just knowing how that would affect your vision for your design, I think, is important.
I view a home as a sanctuary, and we want our finished homes to be that for our clients. We want it to be a place that you feel safe, space that is representative of your family and the way that you live. Wellness in our world today is very important, and we want to focus on both physical and mental health in the home. So what is the quality of materials and the life cycle of those? Do you have private spaces for people to retreat to? Lighting is a critical element of the home. Where is the light coming from in the morning, and how is it creeping in the evening? And how are you using those spaces at different times of day? So I think thinking about lighting in both the physical sense of how it's illuminating your home, and then also of the feeling that it's creating through the overall palette. When we start designing a kitchen, we need to know how the family lives in the space. Were you a chef and want high-end appliances? Or maybe your family is really busy and you don't enjoy cooking, and that's okay too. So that helps to inform the types of products that we would suggest for your home and the layout. By designing efficient pantry spaces and really thinking through the way that we design the cabinetry for storage, access, work zones, those are all really helpful elements that will ensure a successful kitchen design in the end when you're actually using it and having your family flow throughout it. It's important for the designer to understand how you use a living room, how formal or how casual you want the space to be. We need to understand the furniture layout. All of those things will help us as we lay out the living room. When designing a primary suite, it's helpful to know how you want to use the bedroom. Understanding the organizational needs of the closet. Do you want to have a shared closet? Do you want to have individual closet spaces that allow you to each have it your way that you prefer? The bathroom spaces are often seen now as a spa retreat. You know, we can make it very luxurious and to have a beautiful freestanding bathtub or a large shower with multiple heads and a steam room. There's so many things that we can integrate now into the design that make designing a primary suite very fun for our clients. Embarking on this process, there's a lot that changes quickly in this industry. And so we ask our clients to have open minds because we might be aware of new products, new fixtures, new finishes, new technologies that exist that we would like to inform them about or make suggestions. And then decisiveness helps to know that we are in alignment and that we are working toward a common goal together. So it's important to quickly address those concerns and figure out how we can communicate using the same language about these ideas that are largely intangible initially to come together and create the best design.